I think it's easiest to understand the types of questions you can make on a Google form by looking at a completed form first. This is an example of what a user would see when they visit a Google form that's live on the web. This is a theme that I've applied to this particular form. You can choose a theme from, I think, about 97 different themes that they have. I'll show you how to do that in another video. The first question that I have on this form is a multiple choice question, and I've selected an answer. If I try to select a different one, it changes. So you can only select one answer in a multiple choice question. In a text question, you're just typing your answer into the field. This is a grid question. Grid questions are handy for times when you want users to rate a group of similar items or concepts. In this case, it is characters from the book The Hobbit. And I'm asking the students in this case who are taking this quiz to rate them according to this scale that I've made up. If you'd like your users to rate something on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to whatever number and tell what 1 means and what the highest number means, then you'll want to use a scale question type. The checkboxes, you can select as many checkboxes in this question type as you'd like. Select and deselect them by clicking. And this is a drop-down list. Choose from a list. Once you're all done and you've answered all of the required questions, remember those questions that have an asterisk at the end of them are required. When you're all done, your user would click submit and they get feedback and you get their answers collected on a spreadsheet that was created automatically in the background as you created your quiz in your editor. As this was being created, as I was adding questions and doing all of this, in the background my spreadsheet was being made so that as users submit their answers, they all land in the cells beneath each question. There are just a couple of question types that I'd like to take you through. We've done a multiple choice and a text question in the form editor, but let's try a grid question because these can look confusing. Here's where you'd type the question, and you can have as many columns as you want. You don't have to do 5. I did 4 in my example. And instead of just leaving the columns labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I put more descriptive labels in. So those are the descriptors. And for my row labels, I put the characters. And to do this, I'm just hitting enter to get a new row label up there. If I click make it required, they'll have to answer it, and I click done when I'm finished. The other one I was going to show you is scale. Type your question. It's a scale of 1 to, you do 1 to 5, 1 to 10, whatever. 1 to 5 is good. 1 being terrible in this case, and 5 being awesome. And done. And that's how I made that. You can play around with it. You can never do a bad thing because if you mess up, you just click the little trash can to delete the question and try again. And you can click save periodically to save your work. When you're ready to go to the live form, you can click the blue link at the bottom. It takes you right to your live form so you can see the questions.